Hey guys, if you're not in love with mineral wool insulation, you will be. Take a look at this. So over here, covering this crawl space, about 10 months ago, around Thanksgiving time, I took a bat of mineral wool insulation and I put it on the ground right underneath where all of our rain comes off of our roof. I did it covering this crawl space. I did it to help, maybe insulate our crawl space a little better. And I've actually never lifted this up to look at it in the last 10 months, I don't think. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that right now. Oh boy, here we go. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? Dude, look at how, oh wow, there's some ants. Take a look at that. There's some serious ants there, but this almost looks in new condition. So not blue condition, new condition. Look over here on the edge right here. So this is where it was exposed to the rain and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start lifting it up with my hands. It's a little bit caked on here. There's some weeds on it. If I roll it back, you can see it's on some plywood. The plywood's wet, but look at this insulation. This insulation feels awesome. I mean, other than the fact that you've got some ants over here, this insulation seems like it's perfectly intact. And look at this insulation over here on the underside. This insulation feels great. Here on the edge, there is a little bit of compaction. I believe our kids have walked on here, so they've tracked some mud on here. And there is some discoloration from being exposed to the sun for the last, 10 months. Let's go ahead and peel back some of this though. But underneath the top little layer, look at that. That insulation looks beautiful, feels dry, feels like it would still function great as insulation. So this illustrates one of the main reasons I am in love with mineral wool insulation. It's super moisture resistant, meaning that if it gets rained on by inches and inches of rain and snow and ice storms for being left outside for a year, it still is in amazing condition and still dries up and keeps its form and it works great. It's not like fiberglass insulation that's gonna clump up and kind of lose its value if it gets wet. Now, besides being moisture resistant, the main thing I love about mineral wool is that it's fireproof. It's non-combustible. Its melting point is about 2,150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hotter than most house fires. If you have these in your walls or in your attic, this is just not going to catch on fire. I've also heard that they use mineral wool insulation sometimes for things like furnaces or kilns. Another awesome benefit of mineral wool insulation is that it has great sound absorption. It's quite dense, it's a little bit heavy. I feel like it's a bit heavier, than fiberglass insulation, but because of that, it does a great job at absorbing sound. So if you have, a noisy road by your house, you put these in your wall, it will help deaden that sound. In my opinion, mineral wool insulation is a lot more enjoyable to work with. If you need to cut it, it's stiff enough that you can just take a handsaw and just go side by side and it will just cut right through. And it's stiff enough that you don't have to worry about it bending in half and falling over. It's just very pleasant to work with. While it does kick up dust like fiberglass insulation, in my opinion, the dust seems less bothersome, maybe a little bit less itchy. Mineral wool is made of rock, furnace slag, and some sort of binder. Those are kind of the main ingredients that comprise mineral wool. So an R15 insulation bat like this one would probably cost you a little bit more than $1 per square foot. Now, if you're buying fiberglass insulation bat, it's probably going to cost you a little bit less than $1 per square foot. So there is a price difference, but it's not that big unless you buy the Rockwool brand. That's just kind of overpriced. I love mineral wool insulation. I think it's tremendous and it's totally worth the extra few bucks to buy instead of fiberglass. I would recommend though, if you're going to buy this, I'd recommend buying a brand that's not Rockwool. Rockwool seems kind of overpriced. Near where I live, there's Menards, and you can buy John's Manville for a lot cheaper than the Rockwool brand. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.